Hi Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So this is your November forecast. If you'd like a private reading with me, guys, you can go to my channel, my website, www.carolsuniverse.co.uk. Look at my testimonials; they're really good. Really enjoy doing the website. It's really picking up a pace now, which is great. You can also get yearly readings from me as well. Okay, so this will cover. My yearly readings are only available up until December this year, okay? December the 31st. So book it in now if you want one, okay? And this will be spanning from January 2016 up to December 2016 and what the cards potentially have in store for you. Also, I accept donations now on the channel. It was suggested to me by a couple of subscribers. I thought it would be a good idea as I want to turn this into a full-time business and it's going to help with running off the channel and giving you guys more stuff and more of my time, along with, the website and stuff. So, even if you don't have money to donate, the videos will always be free on YouTube. Okay? So here we go, Aries. I'm just going to channel in. Also, I'm using a new tarot pack. Just trying it out, really. See what this does. How it is. I'm still got my Rider-Waite, which is my favourite deck, definitely. But this is the, Witch's Tarot. Don't worry, darlings. I'm not a devil worshipper or anything like that at all. I just like the artwork on them. So, yeah. Okay. Let's carry on with your reading. So I'm just going to channel in for you, Aries. So Aries, Universe, Spirit, Guides, please help me. What is coming in for the zodiac sign of Aries? Show me Aries. Show me the people born under the sun sign of Aries. Also, rising and moon signs. What is coming in for Aries people in November 2015? Show me Aries, November 2015. Show me what's coming in for November 2015 for the zodiac sign of Aries. Show me what's coming in. Show me what's coming in. Show me what's coming in. Show me what's coming in for Aries. Show me what's coming in. Show me, please show me what's coming in. Show me what's coming in for Aries. Right, so I'm going to split the deck as I usually would. Okay. And I'm going to take one from the bottom. This will represent your overall theme or the advice for the month. 2 from the top to represent the general theme for the month. And then 8 in the middle. Okay. Let's see what comes up for Aries. Okay. I always get excited at this part, guys, because I never know what's going to come up. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Okay. Okay, I'm getting something through called protection. It's almost like the angels are saying you're protected in November, Aries, for some reason. That's what I'm feeling here. It's really funny, your reading. I'm not going to do the advice card until we've finished the reading, Aries. But for your 2 top cards, the overall theme is 5 of Cups and the Sun. Now, to me, those 2 cards immediately say you're over the worst or you're getting there. Okay, the 5 of Cups is a card about loss. It's a card about regret. It's a card about feeling a sense of maybe being deserted, losing something that was important to you. On the Rider-Waite pack, the 3 cups are always in front of the guy and there are 2 behind him. On this pack, there are 2 cups in front of a lady and 3 cups behind her, which is an interesting thing because it's right in front of her face. Okay, it's not something that is hidden. It's not something that she's going to have to look for. It's right there. It's almost like on that card, it's saying that the 3 cups that are behind you are best behind you. It's no use in focusing on it. The two cups in front are kind of your future. They're kind of the when I look at those two cups, the two upstanding cups in front of the lady, it's almost like saying your luck is here. Don't focus on the past. This is why I do love this artwork on this particular deck. And I love the way that they've put the 3 spilt cups behind this woman and 2 cups that are upstanding in front of her. It's almost like saying this is in the past. In the Rider-Waite deck, it shows someone who's consistently focused on the past. That's why they can't see the good stuff that's behind them. It's funny, but the 2 cups here are in front of this woman. So to me, it's saying that it's behind you. And along with the Sun card, positivity all round with that card. It's a great card. It's not only about clarity, it's about positive vibes, positive emotions. Okay, so I feel happiness, abundance, a feeling of enlightenment, a feeling that things are going to be okay, a feeling that you're protected. I love this. These 2 cards that have come up for you, Aries, as your general theme. So to me, it's like the Sun card faces the woman on the 5 of Cups. It's facing those 2 cups. Those 2 cups are in front of her and the Sun is in front of her. If I show you guys these 2 cards together, can you see that? It's like the horse is coming towards the woman. He's actually looking in her direction. So this is, to me, saying that you are kind of over the worst. In a way, I hate it when I get cards where the top layer is great and the bottom layer is not so great. Okay. But I feel that it's saying, you know what? 2 things I feel that this general theme is saying, Aries, is that, number 1, you're over the worst, but there may still be stuff lingering, but you're protected by the Sun card. And the other thing to say is that you're over the worst, there's good stuff in front of you, and there's a lot of faith going on with the Sun card. But I feel that with this reading, there is still some lingering stuff that maybe you guys will need to get over in November, okay? But you are protected. You are over that worst. You are over the worst, or you're pretty much there. I'm going to talk about the advice card in a minute. But your 8 cards, we've got Justice. This is so amazing, the first 4 cards. We've got Justice. And we've also got the 10 of Cups. What better combination can you get than those 2 cards? You know, Justice is about balance. Justice is connected with the law of karma. Okay, the law of compensation. So what you put in is what you get out. And as I said, when I looked at the 5 of Cups and the Sun card together, it was almost like you were being protected. It was almost like there was a really positive vibe on you guys for the month of November. And we see it here in the Justice card and the 10 of Cups. Both cards are about the culmination of something. But it's about reaching a very happy conclusion on something. And it shows up again in the next 2 cards, Aries. This is an incredible reading. Incredible reading. Because Justice is the sign of Libra. Balance, equality, fairness. Culminates in the 10 of Cups. Both the cards are about culmination, about coming together of something. The number 10 in the tarot is always about the culmination of something. Potentially the end of a journey. Okay, so whether that's the 10 of Swords, which means sometimes can mean defeat or ruin, it's kind of at the end of something. On the card, the guy is lying with his face down in 10 swords. It's the end of that person. But there's always a flip side to the 10s. Okay, because whilst you have an ending, you have a new beginning. 10 of Wands, very, very near the goal. Flip side is that you reach that goal. Okay. I'm just thinking, one moment. 10 of Pentacles. That's what I was thinking about. The culmination of the family. Finally having everything you want in a family unit. Generations, children, grandparents, parents. the tens are a wonderful number within the tarot, because it is the end of that journey. Not so much the end of it, but the culmination of the journey. And then going on to other positive stuff. The tarot is always positive, no matter what card you get with it. Ten of Swords is my worst card within the tarot, Aries. There's always a good side to the Ten of Swords, because it means you can rise as a phoenix, like the phoenix. So Justice and the Ten of Cups says to me that there is an all-round sense of completion with something coming up for you guys in November. We also have, interestingly enough, again, it's a journey type reading. This is part of it is journey, and part of it is dealing with some sort of underneath negative energies. Whenever I get a top row of cards that look really positive and a bottom row of cards that don't look so positive, it means you've still got a little bit of stuff that you need to clear out. Okay, but it's not so bad because you can clear it. Whenever I look at a tarot reading and most of the cards are quite positive, I will go with the positive side of it rather than what I see as being a little bit dubious or negative. But it's funny because you've got the Page of Pentacles here. I mean, even for some of you guys, just going back to the first two cards, it could be a legal thing within the Ten of Cups, perhaps surrounding home, family. And perhaps within November, there is the culmination of that, and it turns out quite good. You've still got some wranglings to go through, but it's looking very favourable. I also feel that because we have the Page of Cups and the King of Cups, sorry, the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, perhaps this is a family situation. Perhaps there are children involved here. Okay, for some of you guys. Perhaps some of you guys have been through some marriage difficulties and you've decided that you want to stay together maybe for the kids. Because the Sun card can also be a card about children. Okay? Maybe with the Five of Cups, we're looking at maybe some arguments with the Three Cups overspilled. But with the Two of Cups, there's the coming together again. Okay? Of two people. Perhaps that. We don't have any Two of Cups or Three of Swords or anything like that. But there's all sorts of things you can make from the tarot. But the Page of Pentacles, usually this is a card about shortage. Sometimes it's a card about shortage, but to me, it's more a card of using what you have to the best of your ability. So if you've got $1 or £1, what can you do with $1 or £1? If you're looking to build something and you've only got $1, what is it that you can buy or use that for in order to start building the dream? I know it's a little bit extreme because there's not a lot you can do with $1. There's not a lot that you can do with £1. Okay, but you can do something with it. Maybe you get a batch of pens for a penny each and decide to sell them for 10 pence each, you know, that type of thing, or 10 cents each. So the Page of Pentacles, sometimes this can be good news, financial news coming in, because the Pentacles are an earth sign. The Pentacles are also to do with wealth, money, abundance, material stuff. Sometimes when you get pages in reading, it means that there's a message coming in for you, financial message. But what I find most interesting is that we have the Page of Pentacles next door to the King of Pentacles. As I said, this could sometimes represent a child and maybe the father. The King of Pentacles is usually a very, very reliable character. Very reliable character within the tarot. He's the type of man that I would like to marry. Definitely. He's the best king, I think, within the tarot. Because he's 100% going to be there for life. But I feel with the Page of Pentacles, it's almost like saying you started with one thing and now you've risen to another, because the Page is the baby of the pack and the King is the man of the house, the absolute kind of alpha male of the pack, you know. So you rise from something small to something big with the King of Pentacles. So small with Page of Pentacles, large with King of Pentacles. Maybe this is some news coming in for you guys that is going to give you some financial stability, which the King of Pentacles can often represent, a solid foundation. So maybe some of you guys are getting messages in for that. What I found most interesting, though, is the Nine of Swords came up in the bottom bit, which can be a sense of anxiety. Okay, but I notice on this card, this person doesn't look very frantic. It's not like on the Rider-Waite where the person is sitting up in bed and crying. This person is kind of just accepting some of the worries at the minute. And she's also holding on to one of the swords. Okay? So she's kind of accepting what's going on at the minute with this situation. We also have the Magician card. Now, to me, the Magician can mean many things. The Magician sometimes means a trickster, someone who can't be trusted sometimes because he creates illusions. Okay? But I feel more with this reading, it's almost saying that if there are any worries that are going on with you with that Nine of Swords, just know that with the Magician that this is in your control, because the Magician is a card of control. It's about gaining control of your life. You have all the tools to take care of yourself. The Nine of Swords shows someone usually who is, a defeatist in a way. They let worry consume them. And it's very much obviously cerebral, okay? It's very much thought-based. Because the swords are thought, they are communication. They are our brain, the way we think. But the Magician, to me, takes control of the situation. So it's almost like saying you might still have some worries there, guys, which is why I feel that we've got the Five of Cups as the overall theme along with the Sun card. But it's saying that they won't last long because you have protection here. And it's almost like the Magician is the protection to me. This, as you know, is my own interpretations of the cards. The woman in the Nine of Swords lies down. The Magician is up with his wand. He's creating magic. So it almost says to me you have control over whatever it is that might be worrying you in November. We also have the Five of Swords. Fives aren't great within the tarot. They're always a difficult number because it's uneven, it's unbalanced. And the fives really do kind of denote conflict. But look at this, the Seven of Wands. Maybe this is saying that with the Five of Swords, usually it's a case of there being a victor and a loser. But to me in this reading, it says Aries. And remember, you are the sign of fire, so you are Wands. And this is the Seven of Wands. This is vision over thinking, okay? And again, we see vision over thinking with the Magician and the Nine of Swords. So it's almost like it's telling you to stay on your path. That's how I would read these cards. Stay on your path. There's a lot of mental anguish going on. Nine of Swords is mental anguish, and Five of Swords is often mental anguish. I don't see anybody fighting on this particular card. There's just Five Swords. So both these cards are mental anguish and conflict, internal conflict. But it's saying with both of these cards, the Magician and the Seven of Swords, that you are in control because this guy is in control. He's fighting off competitors. He's fighting off people, the naysayers. Okay? So in each of, it's funny how we have two cards either side of two positive cards. Nine of Swords, the Magician. Five of Swords, Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands I see as quite a good card because it means you're standing your ground on something. So you may still have some conflicts or something that you need to deal with within November. The Magician can even be someone who potentially you have conflict with. If this person, the Magician, doesn't resonate with you, then this means that you are in control anyway. And you're in control within the Seven of Wands. Okay? So before I do the advice card, I'm just going to reiterate on this reading, Aries. We have Justice and the Ten of Cups. What better combination can you get? It could be justice over a family situation, okay? It could be the coming together again of a relationship, because we do, as the overall general reading, have the Five of Cups where you think something is lost, but the Sun card has a very positive influence. And wherever you get the Sun card within a tarot reading, it's a very, very positive indication And it's a major arcana card as well, which gives it greater weight. So you are protected in the month of November. So if I were to look at all these cards together, like in fours, in sections of four, I would look at the Justice card and the Ten of Cups as being something that has culminated. Okay, balance is being restored with both cards. Now there may be some worry still left there. Okay, because life is not worry-free. It just doesn't work like that. But you have everything in your control to make things work for yourself, okay? Because we have that Magician card. We also have the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles and the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords, okay? But to me, this says there may be some financial news coming in for you. Message of abundance. It might be that you have a little bit of money and you want to build it up. Page of Pentacles goes to King of Pentacles. So for some of you guys, you might be getting some good news in. Maybe it's a job or something that you've waited for in a long time and suddenly it comes in. The Five of Swords can often be a card of conflict with others, but you're standing your ground with the Seven of Wands. Okay? So I would say that overall, you're very protected, Aries, in the month of November. Very protected, and it should be a good month. There will still be some little niggles, okay? There will, because we do have those nasty two sword cards in there. Okay? But it's nothing that you can't overcome because you are in control with the Magician and you're standing your ground within the Seven of Wands. And your overall advice card is the King of Wands. The King of Wands really makes things happen. In a way, he's like the Magician to me. Because he takes the reign, he takes the initiative. So it's almost like the King of Wands. Your advice is saying, take the initiative, be confident, stand in your personal power, because that's what the King of Wands does. He's a traveller. He's also a fire sign, and he's the epitome of the fire signs, of the Wands cards, because he's kind of all systems go. Okay. Page of Wands is often the creative, good news risk taker that we see coming in. Usually a card of good news. Knight of Wands runs with it. He's very, very fast on a mission to hit a goal. Queen of Wands is a very confident, very flamboyant character. Very confident again. And the King of Wands is even more so because he's the king. He's also very passionate and very motivated. So it's almost like saying for the month of November, Aries, you need to keep motivated, you need to keep passionate, and you need to keep confident. Okay? Because things are turning out very well for you. We have some wonderful cards here. Any little stresses or niggles over anything, you don't need to worry about it because you are protected here. And also, it's just so interesting how we have this Seven of Wands. The King of Wands reminds me of the guy in the Seven of Wands because he stands his ground. He's an entrepreneur. He's a traveller. He's also very forthright. So he's saying, whatever is coming in for you in November, stand your ground, be confident, be motivated. A lot of good stuff I can see here. A couple of little niggles. But remember, with the Magician, you are in control. And the Seven of Wands tells you to stand your ground. Okay? So, Aries, that is your reading for the month of November. I'd like to say thank you very, very much for joining me. And, yeah, I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care.